Here we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome people around the world. It is this time for the weekly beer and video review show with me, Travel Man Dan. Oh man, we are rocking, we are rolling. It's a special song going on right now. We are live. I see Jens is in the room. Tenacious Freak. Welcome to the show, everybody. Hello. Oh yeah. I bet you don't know who this is, but this is a special day for this song. I'm really excited. The impact and I'm actually quite emotional today because this one playing this song is my uncle. And I'm really excited to go ahead and play his music today. We'll get into it a little bit later, but wow, Uncle Chuck, big wheeling the hubcaps. Here we go, starting off the show. I'm so excited. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and lower that, and we're going to get started with the show. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. This is the weekly beer and video review show. Who else do we have in the room? We have Drunatic. Welcome to the show. Love and light from Copenhagen. Yes. Yeah. Well, you already leaked it. You already got it out of the bag. I can't believe it. Normally I wear a top hat for occasions like this, but we're going to be doing a special video for the big milestone of 5,000 subscribers this Friday. Welcome, Baro from India. Hello, sir. We have Atunami Sukanimi. Howdy to you all. Thank you so much. Welcome, everybody. We are excited. We have Chris from my hometown. Yes, he knows Big Wheelie. He is a Buffalo legend, and that is my uncle. And today's a very special day. As you may or may not know, my uncle passed away from COVID a year ago on today. And he was a prominent singer. He was a rock and roll and a doo-wop singer for over 45 years in the city of Buffalo, traveled the world. He opened up for people like Little Richard, Elvis, and the Who's Who. And he was a pretty big singer in Buffalo in the 70s. And, without getting too emotional, because I can already feel it coming. He was a great man, and I miss him. Big Wheel in the hubcaps. We opened up with the song. We'll jam out to the song at the end of the show. But, that's why, it really affected me and my family, as did it millions of people around the world, COVID. But today we're celebrating Big Wheelie and his contribution to life as we play his song, Uncle Chuck. I miss you dearly. I love you. And I hope you're doing well up there. And let's continue on. If you're new to the show, thanks for stopping by. I'll tell you a little bit about what we do here on the show. We go ahead and we review beers. We have 2 beers to review. And then we talk about the videos that came out last week on my show. And we preview the video that's coming out this upcoming week on my show. And then all throughout the whole episode, we have great segments. I'm going to bring on an amazing guest today that I'm sure you're going to absolutely love. She is awesome. She's a good friend of mine. She's super talented, and I can't wait to bring her on. Then, of course, we have the Test Bunny. That's right. Eat It or Not with Nate Messick. Should be fun. I'm excited to thank you, Tenacious Freak. I'm excited to bring Nate on here. Then we have our favorites. Well, my favorite segment, What Would You Rather? Then we have Baro's favorite from India. We have This Day in History. We're going to wrap it up with What Are You Reading? What Are You Watching? And then a quote of the week. So hang tight. And without further ado, let's go ahead. Brian, yes, we have you here. Welcome, Brian. I missed you too, man. Good to have you here. Glad you popped by. We're about to crack open the first beer, and the first beer I'm really excited about. I heard it's good. I heard it's really delicious. I've never had it. We've done this brewery before. It's an up-and-coming brewery. It's from Eureka, California. If you don't know, it's Northern California. The beer is a little bit not as strong as I like it. It doesn't register over 6%. It's at a 5.6%, but it's got a lot of flavor. The label's really cool, and I am really excited. We have Nate Messick hopping on here. Welcome, my friend. Eat It or Not. Okay, today's first beer is the Peanut Butter Chocolate Milk Stout from Lost Coast Brewery. Check that one out. Whoa, I moved right out of focus. That's right. Okay, we're excited to try this one out. As you know, or may not know, I've done a few stouts on this show, and I've actually grown to like them a lot. In the beginning, there was pretty much only Boddingtons, Guinness, of course, and a few obscure stouts growing up that I really never tried because, well, as you're getting into beer as a kid, you mostly stick to Pilsners and lager. But the stout was like, that tastes like oil, right? But no. Things have changed. Brewers have got together. They forged some kind of weird alliance that nobody knows about. And they said, you know what? Let's go ahead and add more flavor to these stouts. Let's make these delicious beers beautiful and fun to drink so that everybody enjoys them. And well, that's what we found out as of lately on the show. So we are going to try the peanut butter chocolate milk stout from Lost Coast Brewery. Bitch and label. We'll get into that on the score. Where is the Travel Man Dan? Famous red bottle opener that we use every time on the show. We're going to go ahead and take a crack and take a sniff. No, not this kind of sniff, just the regular kind of sniff. Okay, so here we go. Pop that sucker open. First impression. Okay. Well, I taste a little bit of like almost like a stale grape juice. And I feel like this is a familiar flavor with stouts. Hey, Frank, welcome to the show, my man. Good to see you. I got to say, Frank, I saw your comment with the link earlier. It was a week ago. You put down on one of my videos. I couldn't click it because if you ever put a link down in the comments, YouTube recognizes it as spam and kicks it out. So I saw it. I recognize it. Thanks for dropping me that comment. Unfortunately, if you want me, go ahead and DM it, and I'll go ahead and check that link out. All right, welcome to the show. We are drinking this one. Right away, I smell a pungent smell of a stout, and let's go ahead and pour it into the cup, and I'll show you what it looks like. Who thinks it's going to be dark? Who thinks it's going to be light? We've yet to ever see a light stout, so I'm guessing dark. Here we go. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah, look at that. Right on point. Look at that dark, thick blackness coming out of this bottle and into this delicious beer mug. Oh, yeah, this is going to be sweet. Look at this. I can't even see you through it. Usually a measurement is if you can see my face, what am I doing? Am I sticking my tongue out? Am I making funny faces at you? Nah, I'm just looking at the beer. Look at this delicious pour. All right, look at this delicious looking beer. Okay, it's got a low head on it. Okay, almost looks like a nitro coffee. Okay, yes, dark. Okay, Jens. Yes, very dark, very dark. Everyone's bringing it in. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm not really smelling a lot of chocolate notes, and I'm not really smelling much of the peanut butter. I still smell that thick stout. We got already a few people in the room. If you can, go ahead. Be sure to go ahead and hit that like button. Let's go in for the first sip. Oh, man. Ooh. Wow. Whew. That is good. Wow. That is delicious. I can't tell what's going on. There is a ton of complexity going on there. All right, like I said, the aroma wafting up into your nose as you go ahead and drink this is much like a regular stout. But then when you drink it, you taste immediately the peanut butter. Then you taste a little bit of the chocolate going down. But altogether, as oddly and strangely as this sounds, it tastes like I'm drinking milk. That is so weird. Really nice beer. Delicious first sip. All right. Test Bunny Nate must put on some bunny ears. Yes, that's a good one. I'd love to see Nate in the bunny ear costume. That's pretty funny. Hit that like button, guys. Really great first sip. Enjoying it. I have a surprise for you guys in the coming episode. I can't wait to see what that is. If you're new to the channel or if you're here all the time, thank you so much for support. Go ahead and hit that like button. And now I want to move on to last week's video. That was Friday. If you don't know, you got to go check the video out. As COVID seems to be loosening up, I've been setting up more places where I'm going to actually go into restaurants now, sit down, give these people the proper video that they deserve, these small businesses, and really kind of make some fun stuff. But we still are in COVID protocol here in California, especially. So I still continue to make fast food videos in the truck. So if you haven't checked out last Friday, it's one of the great iconic hamburger fast food places here in America called A&W Burgers. That's right. Or I think it's actually called A&W All American Food. It was really big, I don't know, probably between I want to say the 60s to the 80s, but they started dying out. But I found one in California, and I go and eat the delicious Papa Burger. It's a double burger, most likely similar to the McDonald's Big Mac, but they do it more in a sense of not in the microwave. They do it where it's more like a smash burger. You know I love smash burgers. And I also tried some really fun cheese curds. They're almost like little tater tots, but they had sriracha in them. So if you haven't tried that, if you're looking for a switch up of French fries, those are something to get into. And I never seen black milk. It's well, Drew, it has to do with it. Okay, me and Barrow. Anyway, if you haven't seen that video, please check it out. Let me know if you've ever eaten at an A&W, or if you can suggest a fast food restaurant. I still would love to see it. You know, as I continue to go out there and get all these great restaurants around the world, I'm still going to always pop into the fast food restaurants, because although me, Nate, and our host today are American, we know all kinds of fun fast food places. We have our favorite spots. But people around the world, people that are in Zambia, people that are in Malaysia, people that are in Peru, they want to see the American tradition of fast food. So these videos are a lot of fun, but we are going to be going probably more in like middle of May into restaurants. So stay tuned for that, but check out A&W. What do we got? Me either. Okay. Let's get back to the comments. Nate, that sounds cool. All right. Got a root beer, A&W. Yes, they're most famously known for root beers, but here in the United States, they have a great place. And I remember I was in China for about 3 years, and me and Test Bunny Nate went to Thailand, and we were staying at this hostel. And then we were like right next to a mall. And I said, Nate, you're not going to believe what they got at the top of the mall. It was an A&W All-American burger. We went bananas. I think we ate there like 3 days in a row or some stuff like that, because after being in China, now China's a little bit different. They have more places, but at the time they only had really McDonald's, KFC, and they had something called what was the Bruce Lee one? I forget the name of it. But anyway, that was their fast food options. Moving on. Like I said before, COVID, hope you're doing safe. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's safe. Sadly enough, I did lose my uncle on this day last year. So, cheers to you, Uncle Chuck. I miss you. Happy, here's to you. Cheers. That's all I can say. There's nothing happy about it. Wow. I can't get over the similarity between this and a glass of milk. I mean, it sounds really odd and peculiar that I'm saying that a beer tastes like milk, but it really does. It's got a little zing ting to it, but other than that, it's pretty similar. It's got the chocolate milk going on here. Gong Fu was the name of it. Yes, that's right. And it's really a nice, tasty beverage so far to kick off the show. I do want to bring up travel news. Raul Castro, the younger brother of Fidel Castro, is now going to be stepping down from Cuba. So that means 60 years of Castro rule has now been eliminated. And, I was reading some articles, direct quotes from him, and he was saying, he's still going to be a part of some processes over there, but Cuba should be opening up a little bit more. And I'm really looking forward to that, because Cuba is one of the top destinations I'd like to go and see. I want to see all the old 50s cars and taxis and things like that. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate it, man. Where's your beard? Well, I shaved it, okay? The beard has gotten shaved because I got remember I was telling you I'm working on that TV show now, the comedy. So they're calling me back. We're going to be filming next week. So I had to grow out my stubble appropriate to the character. So I'll also be in the flat top again. So stay tuned for that. Hey, Calvin, A&W isn't famous for the root beer. They don't just serve your parked car. That's true. That is good to see. Good to see you here, Calvin. Nice T-shirt. Thank you so much. All right, moving on. Another thing, sadly, Prince Philip was laid to rest. And if you've watched his procession, it's pretty interesting. He did some really unique touches with his carriage. You can see he got into carriage racing late in his life. And you see the person that's kind of steering the horse, but next to it, you can see his pants or chaps. I'm not sure what they're called, and his gloves and his hat. Also, he was carried out instead of your traditional hearse that we always see. He was carried out, his casket, and a beautiful Land Rover. And I think that just is really cool that, he had made that request and it looked beautiful. I watched the procession of his funeral. It was very unique, very interesting. It was a great guy, and rest in peace, Prince Philip. So I'm down to see TMD go to Cuba. Me too, man. I can't wait. I definitely want to go there, play some baseball with some kids, and ride around those taxis. Another thing, check this out, man. This was crazy. I saw this. Okay, so if you guys, around 200 tons, massive, massive weight, right? Okay, was illegally harvested and of these giant clamshells. And if you've ever seen giant clamshells, they're like, I don't know how big they are. They're those giant like claws that you see oftentimes in cartoons and things like that. But giant clamshells it was worth over $25 million was seized in the Philippines. So that thing is it's interesting because they were going ahead and they were taking these giant clams for their obviously financial benefit. But the ramifications of that is taking these clams out is actually like what we consider a federal offense, because you're taking life and you're altering the ecosystem there in the water. So if you get a chance, go ahead and Google it. It was pretty interesting, but more importantly, it's just to spread awareness, to take a look. These clamshells are amazing. If you've ever seen a giant clam before, they're pretty interesting form of life here on this world. And I always like that weird and obscure stuff. So check that out. This one, I don't know if you guys are interested. If you're my age and maybe, check it out, Frank. Nate's, I love giant clams. If you're my age, Nate's age, maybe Frank's age, probably I would say Drunatic and Tenacious Freak, Aquanauts. If you're all that age, you remember Super Mario Brothers. Well, check this out. Twitch streamer, let me get his name right, Niftiski, okay, achieved the new historic record. He clocked in, okay, he beat Super Mario Brothers at exactly 4 seconds, 4:54.948. How do you even read that? I don't even know how you read that. Officially making it the fastest one who has ever beaten Super Mario Brothers. So basically, he beat Super Mario Brothers in 4.5 seconds. 4 minutes. Okay, sorry, I'm not drunk yet. 4 minutes and 54 seconds, he beat Super Mario Brothers. Can you imagine beating Super Mario Brothers? I must have spent months on that game as a kid in the 80s trying to beat it, trying to find those secret. Remember when you would find the warp zones? Hey, Cindy, would love to see Playboy Bunny. What the hell, Cindy? Okay, I do not want to see Nate in a Playboy outfit. Cindy, welcome to the show. Everyone, welcome Cindy. Okay, guys. Last thing I want to tell you about, I kind of jumped the gun, but I want to bring it back up. Actually, I told you about it last week, but it's actually this Friday here in the United States. You might have been able to see it somewhere else in the world, but on 4/23 Friday, you will see my friend Max Huang as Liu Kang in the movie Mortal Kombat. Okay, so be sure to go ahead and support it. He's the guy with the hat, and his eyes light up. He doesn't shoot lightning like Raiden, but he looks very similar. Max is a good friend of mine. I remember when he was getting ready for that shoot, and he was pumped up, and I'm really proud of him. A hell of a stunt coordinator. He's an amazing martial artist, and I'm really excited to see my friend on the big screen and for him to get his break and to be part of such an iconic movie like Mortal Kombat. No, that was lightning out of the arms was Raiden, but Liu Kang is the brother of the main guy. But anyway, make sure you check that out. This is what we're drinking. If you're just hopping on, it's the peanut butter chocolate milk stout from Lost Coast Brewery. It's delicious. And now, guys, let me go ahead and take a sip. Sarah, welcome. Yes. Okay, we have Sarah. Guys, give Sarah a big, huge, warm welcome. She was the one I was telling you guys about before. Sarah is that awesome director. She's an amazing, she got an awesome eye for making movies. She's put me in her TV show. The Conservation Comedy is her channel. We're going to bring her on the show. We're going to do a live show from her boat at some point. But yeah, this is what I'm getting ready for. So Sarah, get ready for the box. I'm going beard back. It's going to be fun. Welcome her to the show. Okay, look at all this love. Sarah is awesome. She's a great person, aside from being an amazing artist. But now it's time for an amazing, fun segment. Okay, it's time to bring our guest on. I'm really looking forward to it. My guest has been a friend of mine for about close to 20 years, right? And she herself is a cook. She's an actress. She's got a lot going on. She's got amazing YouTube channel. So without dragging this on, I just want to go ahead and bring her on. Ladies and gentlemen, people around the world, welcome today's guest, my friend Jasmine. Welcome, Jasmine. Yes. Yeah. What's up, Jazz?
Hey, Danny.
How's it going? Look at that shirt. Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
It's for the Playboy Bunny Nate, right?
I love it. Yeah. There you go, Nate. Cindy, there you go. Look at that. That's beautiful. Jasmine, welcome to the show. Thank you so much, guys. Get everyone. I'm going to tell you about her channel name, and you are going to absolutely love it. But this is my friend Jasmine, guys. She lives currently in Oakland. Is that where it is, Jazz?
Between Oakland and San Francisco. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Instead of me going through the whole intro, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, where you're from, all that good stuff. Martin.
Well, hello, everyone, and thank you, Travel Man Dan, for bringing me on to your show. My name is Patience. I do a show called Cooking with Patience. And the reason why I'm called Patience because I used to do a TV show way back when on Flavor of Love with Flavor Flav, and my
wait. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. You don't just roll that over. Tell us about that. You were on Flavor of Love with Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav.
That's so awesome. That's so cool. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with that show. That was your name on the show, Patience?
Patience.
That's so cool, Jazz. That's awesome. Okay, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
What time is it?
It's Flavor Flav.
That's right. So that's why I'm named Patience. And last year, fall 2020, I started doing this cooking show because actually I lived all over the world, especially in Asia. So I had a lot of experience with different types of food in Asia. And not only that, my background with my family is that they own a lot of restaurants. So restaurants in Tijuana, San Diego, Los Angeles, so mostly in California. So which sparked my interest in watching my family's cook. Danny's been to one of my family's restaurant in LA, right, Danny?
I have. I definitely have. And I've made a video there. So Jasmine's, I call you Jasmine, but you guys get the deal, right? So Jasmine's cousin, Alex, is the owner of where I ate the chicken feet, the dim sum restaurant in Chinatown, LA. And it is awesome. It's called Golden Dragon. I'll put it down in the description below, along with more about Jasmine's channel. But yes, I absolutely love it there.
Right. That's one of my favorite places in Los Angeles to go and grab dim sum. And so basically what my channel is, I do a lot of Asian fusion type food. So I do Asian food, I do Mexican, I do Italian, I do Mediterranean, I do American. So it all has like it's like a Cali flavor since I am from Cali. So that's what I do is a Cali style. And it's great. So come and watch my channel. It comes out every week on Friday. It's called Cooking with Patience. And I would love to have you all here. And I'm happy to support my good friend Danny. I mean, he's done so much for the community, not only just here in the States, but also internationally. I mean, he's helped a lot of underprivileged children, and I'm so happy that, he's doing such a great job with his channel, and I support him 100%. Thank you so much.
Oh, Jasmine, I'm getting all the feels, I got to say, guys, you got to check out her channel. Give her the support. She makes some amazing different dishes. She makes some really nice stuff. And the thing I like about it, Jazz, is that it's you make it very easy to see. And it's not hard to follow along. It's very self-explanatory, if you will. So if you're not good at cooking, you can definitely go and check it out. I'm looking forward. I'm checking it out now. And see, you got Frank there checking it out. Yeah, you're gonna probably love it. I'm in, Nate. I want to see that restaurant in Tijuana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a Mexican restaurant?
It's Chinese restaurant in Tijuana.
Oh,
you can go down there with Alex. He knows the ropes. He can guide us down there.
That's pretty cool. So Jasmine, I gotta ask, 你是中国人？
是啊，我是一半，我爸是中国人。
好的，好的，是你吃饭了没有？
还没，我等你呀。
呃呃，要不要喝一点东西吗？
可以啊。
可以啊，什么？这是啤酒？
啤酒有啤酒。
What kind? So I'm going back and forth. I asked Jasmine, do you want something to drink? And what do you got there?
What I have is a classic
Whoa.
Taiwan. Taiwan beer. This is
Wow.
Taiwan's known local beer. It's one of my favorites because I'm not a heavy beer drinker, but with this one, it's very light and it's very good. I can open it and show you what it looks like.
Please do. You guys want to see the Taiwanese beer? So basically, what I asked Calvin is I asked her, okay, I said, hey, Jasmine, are you Chinese? She said, yes. And I said, did you eat? She said, yes. And then I said, do you want something to drink? And she said, yes. She has beer. And there she is. Look at that beer. Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Well, it's a light color. You see, it's not too dark. It's like a straw pale, like a
I like it. All right. How does it taste?
It's refreshing.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't even, Jasmine, cheers to you. Yeah, that's awesome.
Cheers to you, and cheers to Uncle Chuck. May he rest in peace.
Thank you. Wow. Okay. This is Gangbei. Yes. So Gangbei. I love Frank's comment. Look at, he says, look at this Lawson's special favorite beer. So if you've ever been to Lawson's, it's like a Rite Aid or a Walgreens, and it's in Hong Kong. I believe now they're more in mainland China, especially in the big cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou. But they serve this Taiwanese beer. I've had it. I've never reviewed it on this show, but Jasmine, that's awesome. So Jazz, I'm gonna go ahead. Woo, patience. Love the Taiwan beer, says the test bunny. Yes, you're welcome. Okay, Jasmine. Tenacious Freak from Denmark asks, do you cook with beer?
I like to cook with beer, but sometimes I put it in food.
Oh, can you recommend, is it more for is it more for a batter? Oh, so you're saying when you cook, you drink.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice. I like it. Just get it, dude. That's awesome. So that's great. Jasmine, we love your show. I love your show. We're going to get into it throughout this show. We're going to go and continue talking to you. If you hang out with us and drink with us, I would love to keep you here and have you on. But now, as you can see, everyone's really excited. Now they want to see your shirt on my friend. No. This is not that kind of show.
Okay.
But I would love to see Nate wearing that. So now it's time for us to bring in the test bunny. Okay, I don't know what he's making. That's right. And ladies and gentlemen, people around the world, welcome in to Eat It or Not, Nate Messex. Welcome, Nate.
What's going on, guys?
All right. Welcome, my man.
Hey, that's not going to be easy to follow Jasmine coming on. Everybody likes her. Nobody's going to like me anymore, and I'm not wearing that shirt.
Why not? You look so good in it, man.
What's going on, Travel Man Dan? How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing really good. I'm here. I got two of my really good friends here, and we got some fun segments. Jasmine has told us about her show, Cooking with Patience. She showed us that great Taiwanese beer that, remember that one 7-Eleven in Hong Kong on Central? I could still remember it. You walk up the hill, you make a left. Yeah. And it's the busiest place in the world. I can remember drinking this place, and everyone just hangs out and buys I don't know, I think they're 7 Hong Kong dollar Taiwanese beers or Harbins or whatever the hell you buy in Hong Kong. And it's so great. So now it's time for hey Dan, you got your birthday wish. I know, Frank, we talked about this a little bit later. And I hit 5,000 subscribers. Something happened. We're going to do a special 5,000 on Friday night, but we're here with Nate now. Nate, talk us through what would you rather, or Eat It or Not?
Well, first of all, before we get into Eat It or Not, I wanted to thank Jasmine for coming on, and she's got a phenomenal channel. Please go check that out, Cooking with Patience. She just does an awesome job. If you want to learn how to cook, watch her show. It's phenomenal. And I wanted to say something about that Taiwan beer. So I've been to Taiwan, and, obviously the major draw in Taiwan are the night markets, and that Taiwan beer is perfect. You go into any 7-Eleven, any local store, and you buy like 4 or 5 of those little cans of white Taiwanese beer, and you just go to the night markets and you just eat and drink and eat, and they're absolutely phenomenal. So great job bringing that beer on, Jasmine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So go ahead,
I think Taiwan might be the play for me in my older age, to be honest.
Taiwan's incredible. Incredible place.
They got baseball. All right, talk us through. What do you got there? Eat It or Not? All right.
So first of all, welcome everybody. This is the 5th iteration of Eat It or Not, and I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I wanted to try something a little bit different this time. I keep saying that in every single episode, and hopefully that will transition eventually. But I wanted to use kind of what Danny's bringing on the weekly beer review show and taking one of his beers, using that as inspiration for something for me to make. So obviously we're drinking today is
you're drinking
peanut butter stout.
Nice. Nate, cheers, man.
Boom. Jasmine, Danny, cheers.
Welcome.
Obviously a beer like this, peanut butter chocolate milk stout. And I'm trying to use that as inspiration to make something different. So the low-hanging fruit is the peanut butter sandwich, peanut butter and jelly. But I wanted to make it more specific to this beer. So I created something called the PBCM, which is a peanut butter chocolate milk sandwich. So how do you get chocolate milk into a sandwich? And I had to kind of brainstorm, figure out a way that I can infuse the flavor of chocolate milk into a sandwich. And I thought of French toast. So essentially what I do is I take a couple of pieces of brioche bread, and the batter typically for French toast is just egg and milk, but I added unsweetened cocoa powder to the mix. And what that does is it gives me kind of a chocolate milk base. Put the bread into the egg, then you put it into your frying pan and you kind of toast that off and you get that ready. Those are going to be the pieces of bread for your sandwich. So obviously, I'm also using peanut butter. Now, I went the foo-foo route here. You can do whatever you want with peanut butter. If you want to go with Skippy or Jif or something that's local and cheap, doesn't matter. This is a little bit more expensive. There's only 2 ingredients in it. It's peanuts and sea salt. So there's no sweetness, okay? But with this sandwich, I'll give you guys a little bit of the nutritional facts. They're not great, obviously, because this sandwich is going to be based around peanut butter and chocolate. So the calories for this sandwich, and I'm holding it right here. I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek. I'm not going to show you that closely, but boom, that's what we're dealing with here, right?
All
right.
What do we got there?
This thing's got 680 calories.
Oh, that's nothing.
31 grams of fat, 69 carbohydrates, and 28 grams of protein.
69, dude.
Oh, 69. Right there. That
69.
Oh.
Bunch of perverts on this show. I love it.
Look at that thing.
That is
that's beautiful. That's beautiful, Nate.
So you can see inside the bread, right? That's chocolate milk.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
We got marshmallow, peanut butter, bacon. And that's basically the sandwich right there.
Hold on, Nate. Let's go to Jasmine. What do you think on the first look?
Wow. That's dangerous. That's a dangerous one, Nate. I can't wait to see you bite into it.
Yeah. So I'm going to just kind of take this. So if you guys want to know how to make it, I can tell you how to make it. It's pretty simple. Like I said, you're just going to take that French toast base. That's going to be your bread. You can fry that off, put it to the side, and then you can just start building your sandwich. I just layer some peanut butter on there. I put bacon on top. I toast off a marshmallow, glob it on top, put the sandwich on, or the other piece on top, flip it a couple of times. It's nice and warm. It'll be melted. So I'm going to cut this thing open so you guys can.
Before you do anything, Nate, did Cindy have anything to do with this?
She didn't. And that's why it's not that great.
Oh. Well, okay.
Kidding.
No, I'm not that excited. It looks great. All right. Show us a side view of that thing. Ooh, that looks.
Whoa.
Okay. Oh. Is there egg in there?
There's bacon, marshmallow, brie. This is brie cheese right here.
Oh, you did
brie cheese, bacon.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Look at that. That looks good.
All right. You guys ready? I'm going to eat this thing.
Go for it.
You think I can eat it in one bite?
Yeah, try.
Go for it.
Put it all the way. Oh, man. Oh, dude. Look at that. Wow. Oh, man. How is it? How is it? Wow. It looks delicious.
Well, you have a mouthful of food. Frank, I wanted to address a question that Frank had. Frank said, what would I recommend for Nate for his next Eat It or Not? And I was thinking gooey duck.
Oh, gooey duck.
You gotta do it.
I can definitely do the gooey duck.
Yeah.
Oh, like this.
You gotta show it live too.
Yeah, no problem. Guys, by the way, sorry it took me a little bit because it's just so dry. You know, the peanut butter is just like chalky in your mouth, but this thing is phenomenal. Definitely the verdict immediately is eat it. If you have an opportunity to make this sandwich, please try it. It's phenomenal. It does encapsulate the flavor of this peanut butter chocolate milk stout. It tastes very similar. It's a nice accompaniment to it. The bacon brings a nice saltiness. The marshmallow obviously is gooey, sweet. There's almost a saccharine type of texture to it. Go ahead, Danny.
Gooey duck.
Gooey duck. Boom.
So what is the most dominant flavor? Because you got a lot of things going on there. You got peanut butter, brioche. I don't even know what that is. I'm more of a yellow sliced cheese guy, but you got a fancy cheese in there. Bananas, I know what those are. What is the most dominant taste? Is that cocoa bread?
You know, I wouldn't say it's the brie. The brie is really strong. It's a funky, super, kind of moldy cheese. It's not moldy, but it has that consistency to it. It has that on the back of the palate. You'll get that moldy kind of flavor. So Cindy doesn't care for it. But the reason I used it is it melts really easy. It doesn't have like that really sharp cheddar type flavor. So it's going to I thought it would just blend in a little bit more, but it does stand out. The brie cheese stands out. The marshmallow stands out. I would say that those are the two flavors. Unfortunately, not the chocolate milk and the peanut butter, but you do get a bit of all of it when you take a bite.
Got it. Yes. What do you think, coming from a cooking perspective? You got something?
How would you rate the sweetness?
4 out of 10.
Okay.
4? That's not that sweet.
Not that sweet.
Yeah, it's not. It's because obviously the peanut butter, there's no sugar in it, so you're not getting any sweetness there. The bread, I'm using unsweetened cocoa. I didn't put any stevia, no sugar, nothing. So I was relying on the marshmallow to give me the sweetness, which it does, but it does get overpowered by the saltiness, the brininess of the brie, the saltiness of the bacon, and that peanut butter consistency, which is a bit chalky, earthy, and nutty. So it's not that sweet.
Okay. Wow.
How would you rate this as because I am not married. I'm still a single man. And, oftentimes I think about these things before I take a woman out on a date. Now, that thing looks like your fingers get really sticky, right? Like it's just, there's just certain things. Yeah. See, I don't know, because if I'm with the boys, I'm on the field or I'm hanging out, I don't care. I'm licking my hands. It doesn't matter. But something like that, you might want to push back if it's somebody you just met. Am I agreed, or what do you think?
Oh, no, definitely. And you definitely got to do the breath test.
Oh,
yeah. Especially with the brie, Danny, it's funky, man. You're going to want to go to the bathroom and take a couple of minutes and brush your teeth first.
Oh, I can imagine. I imagine. Call Cindy and breathe in her face.
That's coming up on a future show. I got a couple of things. Drunatek, I got something for you coming up.
Oh, Drunatek's got something for you. Guys, just want to go ahead and remind you, we'll be doing the show in Las Vegas in 2 weeks, so I'm really excited about that. Let me go ahead and adjust that. I'm really excited about doing the show in 2 weeks in Vegas. But Nate, I love it. Give us your final analysis. Well, let's go see. Jazz, are you going to eat it or not?
I'd eat it if I was super drunk and needed to sober up. Definitely.
Okay. I would definitely eat it. I'm a peanut butter screwball. Like, I love peanut butter. And that looks good. And then Frank, to address your question about the giraffe, I was wondering the same thing. Last week the giraffe was on the floor. Now he's got its own chair or her chair. Nate, would you like to talk about the giraffe? That there's a giraffe is like it's part of the show now.
Dude, I got a 15-year-old kid. You know, this comes with the territory. So
15-year-old.
I don't know. He kind of moves around on his own, I think.
Did you say 15-year-old?
15-month.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Nate, give us your final analysis. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. So guys, I would love to see your comments down below on whether you would eat this or not. But for me, it's definitely an eat it. It's a home run. It's not something you would want to eat all the time, but as a treat to try something different to kind of mirror the taste of the peanut butter chocolate milk stout. It's a home run. Eat it.
Cool. Awesome. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Jasmine, cheers.
And cheers. Cheers, everybody. All right. Yeah, I still really like how this tastes very similar to a real chocolate milk. And I don't know if you taste that with yours, Nate, but I don't really taste an overpowering peanut butter flavor. What I do taste is that silky, smooth feeling of a nice glass of chocolate milk. And it's hard to believe that this is a stout and that this is an alcoholic drink because it runs so smooth and creamy, and I definitely enjoy drinking it. And Funky Town, okay, I don't know. I'd give it a quick try, but maybe steal a corner. Nice. I don't know what that means, Frank.
Like steal a corner of the sandwich.
Oh, okay. Okay. Leave it to the food guys, right? I just show up and eat this stuff. All right. So now you guys are real familiar. You're here with Jasmine. Cooking with Patience is her show. And now it's time for a little show and tell. And rather than I do the show and tell, we're going to go ahead and bring Jasmine back. And Jasmine, do you have something to show us and tell us about?
Oh, yeah, I do. So today, my show and tell is...
What are those?
Wow.
They're Korean kimbap.
Korean kimbap. Wow.
Beautiful.
Yes. I made this. This is going to actually be on my show this coming Friday this week. So if you want to learn how to make the Korean kimbap, I have 3 different types of styles I'm making it. One with salami, second one is with crab, and then the third one is going to be with cream cheese. So this one I have is going to be on Friday. So please check out channel with Patience.
Those are great. So are those hard to make? Because I've always wondered, like I've seen sushi people make sushi and I've seen rolls and things like that, but yeah, skull. And but is it hard to make, Jazz?
No, it was pretty easy. Just basic, a lot of vegetables. That's what it is. A lot of cutting of the vegetables. So it wasn't too hard. Yeah, I mean, the rice takes like 20 minutes to make, and all you have to do is just cut up everything and roll it up, you know? But you don't smoke it, but you just roll it. And
you don't. Okay, so Tenacious Freak, Sister Lisa, if you're watching, don't smoke the Korean food. Yeah, it looks amazing. Korean food is so good. And I want to ask, is the rice just regular white rice, or is it some type of specific rice?
I use like a short grain rice. So it's a smaller grain. You can use short grain or medium grain. You don't want to use the long grain rice because the texture of it is a little bit more coarser. So I use like a small short grain.
Do you put any vinegar into the rice when you're mixing it?
I did a rice vinegar. I cooked it with a rice vinegar, and then I marinated some of the vegetables with sesame oil and just salt and pepper. I mean salt, no pepper, but salt.
It sounds so good.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah, they're just, and use that. There's a lot of fish in there, or seafood, crab.
Yeah, I put crab. It's a really light dish to make. I mean, you know, it's just a great snack. You know what I mean? Like if you're like in the afternoon, you want a light snack, but you don't want something too heavy. this is like a perfect thing to just munch on, you know, even an appetizer as well. If you had like a main dish, stuff like that. So, you know, I try to make all my dishes very light and simple and easy, you know, to eat. And, you know, it doesn't take a lot of time. Like last week I did a shrimp pasta with Alfredo sauce. So that was like an easy weekday dish, you know. So, you know, things that you can cook on the weekday, which is so easy. You don't have to spend like hours in the kitchen.
Yeah, that is so cool. That's why I really like your show so much. It's like you make these things that like you don't need to be an well-known chef or whatever, but you do it right, and it's delicious food. And you know, I'm guarantee you guys, if you watch Cooking with Patience throughout her evolution of her channel, you're going to see some complex stuff. You're going to see her do some stuff. She's very well capable of cooking some amazing dishes. But the value that it brings to you, and what I tell you, is that you can make these things at home, no matter what level you are as a cook, as a, you know, just a person. And I think that's really cool, Jazz. And you know, be sure to, if you want to know how to make these ones, when did you say that one's going to be on this week, this Friday?
Yeah. It comes out later this week, yeah. So Cooking with Patience, you can find how to make kimbap and other amazing, simple stuff you do. Cool. And you don't have to be like a pro at cooking.
That's awesome. Okay, well, thank you, Jazz. I'm gonna pop over now. Now it's time for my favorite segment, and you're gonna like this one. And we're gonna go back to Nate and Jasmine, and I'm gonna see what their answers are. But we're gonna do What Would You Rather? Woo-hoo! What would you rather? So there is no right or wrong answer to this. All I want to know is, you know, if you're given this opportunity, which one you pick. Okay. Number 5 is usually disgusting. We're not doing another disgusting one. This one is very interesting, and it is going to really make you think. So we're going to go with the first question. And the first question is, what would you rather, or where would you rather? I'm going to give you a ticket. And this ticket can get you, and excuse the pronunciation, but you can go to Thimba, Bhutan, the capital city of Bhutan, or you can go to Ashgabat, Turkmenistan. Okay, really 2 crazy different places, right? Both way up in the mountains. Bhutan limits the tourists. I think you have to show on your passport before you leave the country receipts that you spent up to $250 a day. And the reason they do that is they don't want the influx of people coming from around the world to go into their mountain town and just make it ultra tourism. And same thing with Turkmenistan. Okay, it's part of the old Soviet Union. It's next to Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, and the capital city has Ashgabat. I don't know too much about it. It looks very interesting. Frank says, let's try Ashgabat. For a long time, I've wanted to go to Turkmenistan. They have this thing called the Hole of Hell, or the Gates of Hell, and it's just this giant burning hole that's been burning since the 70s. But if I ever get a chance to go to Bhutan, up in the base of the Himalayas, that's what I'm choosing. I'm 100% going with Bhutan. I hope to get to them both, but if I could only choose one, I would rather go to Bhutan. Nate, what do you think, bud?
Jersey.
Not a pick.
You know what? I got to be honest. I'd probably go with the Bhutan. That seems really interesting to me. The food as well. I don't know that much about it, but it's interesting. I know they eat a lot of yak there, so I'd be all over that.
Okay, I've had yak melt. Jasmine, which one do you prefer?
I'm going to say Turkmenistan.
Whoa, all right. You want to see the gates of hell?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love it. All right, go on number. Yeah, it is kind of cool. Number 2. Okay, like I said before, we have Frank. First, we've had to go to a restaurant in Tijuana. Okay, so the next one is always food, and we always do pictures. And like I said before, Cooking with Patience is a great channel. You should definitely check it out. So for this week's What Would You Rather, I grabbed 2 recipes off of her show. Yeah, so get ready. Jasmine, are you ready for this? All right, here we go. All right, which would you rather, guys? Which would you rather eat off of Jasmine Cooking with Patience? Would you rather have, okay, and I'm going to do it full size, okay, would you rather have the French omelet? Look at that beauty. Ooh, man.
That looks like a great French omelet, by the way.
Yeah, it's got like some kind of chives or something on it. It's got some beautiful. It's fluffy, it's light, it's rolled up like a burrito, but inside of it is nice and creamy and cheesy. Really delicious. I love the look of it. Or would you prefer the breakfast quesadilla? Quesadilla. That's Napoleon Dynamite. Okay, check it out, guys. Look at that beauty. You see it? Okay, it's like eggs, and you got your peppers in there. You got some potatoes, lots of cheese, and it's all fried nicely on a pan. And you see right here that beautiful tortilla, and then you got your dipping salsa. Oh, wow, that looks absolutely delicious. I would love to see that. Now, for me, they both look amazing. I love both of these recipes, but for me, I'm going to have to go with the French omelet. I mean, just look at that sucker. Looks amazing. When you burst it open, cheese comes oozing out of it. Great job, Jasmine. I think one day I will actually try to make that. But what do you think, Nate? What are you going with?
Definitely the omelet, and it shows her cooking ability because it does take some proficiency understanding how to cook an omelet like that. It's not easy. It looked beautiful, so that I would definitely go with the omelet.
Yeah, that's pretty much why I haven't tried it. My omelets kind of turn out like weird looking lumps of egg. I can never get the flip right, you know. All right, what do you got there, Jazz? Which one would you go with?
¿Qué pasa?
¿Qué pasa? Oh, quesadilla. You going with that, huh?
Yeah. I like the cheesy and the all the veggies that they put inside the quesadilla. So I'm gonna say the quesadilla, breakfast quesadilla. I'm from San Diego too, so
it's a good one.
The Coronado Bridge. Oh man, that thing gives me nightmares.
Really?
It's this crazy weird bridge. If you've never been to San Diego, there's an island called Coronado, and it's got this intense bridge. Oh, all right. Going with number 3. Let's move on, guys. This one is about actors or actresses. So, which actress would you prefer to watch? Would you prefer Julia Roberts? Okay, Pretty Woman. Okay, the Ocean series, and lots of others. Or would you prefer to watch Sigourney Weaver? Oh, good one. Okay, it's a tough call for me. I definitely like it, but Sigourney Weaver was really, for me, a breakthrough actress in terms of when she came out in Aliens in the early 80s. There hadn't been that tough, heroic woman actress in a sci-fi that I'm aware of. And so when Sigourney Weaver came out, it was like, wow, this broke all kinds of stereotypes. She absolutely friggin' killed the role, and I love her work throughout the years. So for this one, I like them both, but I'm going to go with Sigourney Weaver. Okay, see you later, Calvin. And Nate, what do you got?
Yeah, I think I agree. Wasn't she in the Ghostbusters too? Was she part of that? Yeah, I think that's the role that I liked her the most in. I don't know why, because obviously Alien was great, but Sigourney Weaver.
She gets possessed.
That's right.
Who brought the parcheesi? Or who brought the dog? All right,
was
what do you
that
got?
Well, yeah. I'm going to say the one who played Aaron Brockovich.
Oh, that's Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts. I thought that was a really good movie. She can do love story and then also something serious about reality things. So I like Julia Roberts.
Yeah, I think that's a big misconception amongst average viewers is like Julia Roberts' range is actually really good. The thing is with casting, this is what she plays. And I bet you if she continues acting, as she gets older, she's going to play awesome older lady, much like Dench did and Kathy Bates. She's got a great range, and I look forward to watching more of her films. Going with number 4. Number 4, what would you rather? Okay, this one's kind of a little bit of a softy side, but don't get it twisted. It can be fun. It can be relaxing. And get ready for the Travel Man Dan piece of this. So which would you prefer? Which would you rather? Would you rather do a coloring book? Okay, child or adult coloring book? Or would you rather put together a puzzle? All right, both very, very calming, both very soothing, a little soft. Maybe you did this kind of thing with your grandma. Maybe you haven't colored in quite a long time, but don't worry, the Travel Man Dan coloring book is coming up. And although, oddly enough, it's one of the weird things that I really like to do is puzzling. I like putting puzzles together. I think it's calming. For whatever reason, I don't care. I'm very confident in my skin, but I enjoy puzzling. But if I had to only pick one, I would go with coloring. And that's because I'm a big fan of the coloring book, the Travel Man Dan coloring book. And well, since I've been doing it as a kid, it still hasn't lost its luster. Nate, where are you going, bud?
I'd probably choose puzzle just because I don't like puzzles and I'd want to force myself to do it. So yeah, I would choose that. Cool.
All right, Jasmine, which one are you doing?
I'm torn between the color. Well, what's this coloring book about? That what would I be coloring?
Anything you want. You can do those adult coloring books where it's like it almost looks like a kaleidoscope exploded on the page, or you can do like some of your favorite comic, or you can do the Travel Man Dan coloring book when it comes out after the summer. The Travel Man Dan. Once school is back in session completely in early September, late August, I will be publishing a coloring book. I have the pictures. It's all made. I'm dealing with the publisher. And so there's a real Travel Man Dan coloring book coming.
All right. Well, I got to support my good friend Janny on coloring. I'm going to say coloring is going to be the winner for me. Got to support this guy. He's very, very amazing at what he does. And don't forget to like his channel.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, thanks, Jazz. I appreciate it. This is for not only Tenacious Freak, but for everyone. Don't worry, the patch is coming. I've gathered the tools that I need to send them all over the world. So everyone will be getting a Travel Man Dan patch. And then the merchandise will be being built this summer. But we're moving on. We're going with the last one today. And the last one is a tough one. The last one is not gross. It's not disgusting like we usually do. But no beer in the coloring book. It's more for kids, so I don't want to toss beer. But check this out, guys. Which would you rather? Would you rather never again, you can never watch it, no matter what age you are, never again watch TV? Okay, so you can't watch TV shows, you can't watch the news, you can't watch sports. Or would you never again listen to music? Wow, that one's tough for me.
That is tough.
That is a tough one. Cindy likes the gross ones. Don't worry, Cindy. We'll bring it. Cindy is Nate's wife, Jasmine.
Oh,
yeah, she wants the gross ones. All right, what would you rather do? Eat a pile of dog poop or kiss Nate?
Eat a pile of dog poop.
No brainer. Eat poop. All right, so here's what I'm going to say. Because sports fall under TV, I can't give that up. I love my baseball, I love American football, and I love hockey. Not giving it up. It's going to suck without music, but hey, I guess I just have to learn to live with it. Nate, which one would you rather?
I would definitely do away with TV. I'm like 90% there already, so I can't lose my music.
Yeah, and you do love music. Yeah. Jasmine, which one would you do?
I'm going to say I would never again watch TV because I can't give up music. Music is everything for me. It calms me down. When I work out, I listen to music. When I cook, I love listening to music. It just keeps me calm or puts me in that moment that I need to be. Or even before I go out drinking or to a bar, I got to get pumped up.
I love it. Yeah. Yeah. Could you imagine going to a nightclub and just people talking? I mean,
that's where we met.
Yeah, that is true. I met Jasmine at a nightclub many years ago that I worked at. Yeah, the Vanguard. The Vanguard. That was pretty fun. Good stuff. Well, yeah, that's what would you rather, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you go ahead after the show's over with. In the description will be all 5 questions, so you can go ahead and answer it back in the comments, which then definitely helps me. If you're still with us, we are drinking this beer from Lost Coast Brewery. It is the peanut butter chocolate milk stout. There we go. Okay, it is delicious. I'm gonna go with the last swig, and then get your scorecards out. We're gonna go ahead and give it a score. Wow. I really, really enjoyed this one.
I love this beer, man.
Yeah, it is good. It is it's delicious. And without stalling, we're gonna get right into it. Nate, do you have your scorecard at home? Do you need me to record this? Jasmine, if you want, you can go ahead and score your card. That would be fun.
Got it, Danny. I'm good.
All right, here we go. The taste. Okay, how do I explain it any more than it is absolutely friggin' delicious? The chocolate milk flavor is the most dominant flavor. It's got some, well, it doesn't have any bit of hoppiness in it. It doesn't have any caramelized malt flavor. It tastes smooth like chocolate milk. And then you get a little hint of peanut butter from here and there, but it's very different than what you're used to drinking when it comes to a stout. I really like this beer. That's why I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to give it pretty damn close to perfect. I'm going to give it a 4.5. That's right. Nate, what do you got?
I'm going to do the same thing. I think it's a really drinkable beer. The taste is awesome. You definitely get that a bit of coffee, a bit of peanut butter, but the chocolate really stands out, and it's actually easy drinking for a stout. 4.5.
4.5. Nice. Jasmine, what are you going to give your Taiwanese beer, the classic?
I like it. The taste, it's very light, very citrus, perfect to go with seafood, sushi dishes. I'm going to give it a 5. I like it.
Wow. There we go.
I like it.
Coming right out of the gate. I love it. Okay, the next thing, the price. Now, this beer, the price isn't too bad. I got it in a gift pack of beers around the world, so I was able to go ahead and take the average of it based off the internet prices and things like that, and it was $3, right? Not bad for a stout beer. It's a specialized small brewery, so I never have a problem with going ahead and supporting places like this. And, you know, I don't think $3 for a delicious milk stout is very bad, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3.5 on price. Isn't going to wow you. It isn't $1.25, but for $3, 3.5 seems to be the standard. Nate, what do you got?
So I got a 6-pack of bottles for $9.99 of this guy. So that's about $1.60, $1.70, something like that, a beer. I mean, that's a great price. I'll give it a 4.
Nice. Very good. Okay. And Jasmine, did you pay for that in yuan or in dollars?
See, if I paid for it in like renminbi or something, I'd be like, yeah, that's good price. I just give it like a 5, right? You know, 50 cents for a beer, right? No, but no, in the States, it didn't happen that way. So for price, because I also know the price in Asia, I'm gonna give it a 2. A pack of this costs about $5.99 a pack, so I thought the price it could have been a little bit cheaper. I don't know, but that's my opinion.
No, I love that. I love that your opinion is because you know what it costs other places around the world. I think that's a really significant factor when we're looking at price. Good. Okay, design. I mean, anytime I can go and make a promo and go, right? It just makes it funner for me. Anytime I can make the cow noise with it relating, and then the cool thing is you got peanut butter in the back. Okay, it's just a bitchin' label. Look at that face on that cow. He looks happy, or she looks happy. I'm not really sure. I guess the stout. I love that it's like in bold letters. The font is perfect. Okay, the Lost Coast Brewery is aligned with all their stuff. Check that out. That's a cool label. It tells you real easy what the alcohol volume percentage is. I think it's a great label. And one more time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4.0. That's right. Nate, what do you got?
Yeah, so if my mom's watching, she might be. She knows that I have this soft spot for spotted cows. So
Nate. We got a subscriber. Okay, at Tanami Sukanimi, subscribe to Jasmine's channel. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
So as I was saying, I have a soft spot for spotted cows. But look at that thing. What a great bottle. It definitely encapsulates what they're trying to market, what they're trying to sell with the chocolate, with the milk, and, of course, with the peanut butter in the background. I'm going to go 4.5. I love it.
4.5.
Nice.
Okay, Jasmine, what do you got?
Well, I can't compare to your guys' designs with the Taiwan beer, unfortunately. You guys have more character to the beer that you guys are drinking, but this one is just flat. You would walk by it like it was a freaking, I don't know, rock on the floor. There's no appeal to this one. I'm going to give it a 0.
Whoa!
I can't for the design. I'm just saying.
I kind of like the nothingness of the can, to be honest with you.
I kind of like the way that Jasmine is either all in or no way. I really like that. Tenacious Freak has probably been watching me the longest, him and Barrow. And, I typically kind of stay very neutral, and I kind of give – but Jasmine's going way to the top and way to the bottom. I think the only beer I've ever gave a 0 was 26C. Who do we got here?
My mom. My mom.
That's your mom. Welcome.
Nancy.
Hey, Nance, look at your boy. He's on the big screen. He's made
Hey, Mom. Hey, Mom. I was just telling him about the cows. How much I like cows.
Ooh. Oh, yes, Lisa. Oh, and my sister is here. Lisa, you got to do me a favor. Go check out. This is Jasmine. She has a cooking channel called Cooking with Patience. Go check it out on YouTube. Subscribe. She's awesome. Hi, Lisa. Okay, we got true, but a classic 0 points. That's awesome. And girls, Travel Man Dan. Yes, Jonatech. I promise you. I'm not just a big sausage party. I have friends there, girls. You know what I mean? All right. Yes. Okay, Murph. Okay, so guys, moving on. Now we're going to go to accessibility. Here's the thing with this beer. I thought it was pretty accessible. I went on and showed Nate this right away. But here's the deal. This is made in Eureka, California, where Jasmine actually lives. So she doesn't live in Eureka. She lives in Northern California. And she wasn't able to find it. Apparently, you got to remember these microbrews or craft brews, they're at small batch production. So the minute they put out, say, 100 cases, they go quick and they're gone. So the accessibility, although you might be able to get it into your area, it goes quick. And up and down the West Coast, I would say that's probably the only place you can get it. Probably in Africa, probably in Europe, probably in Asia, you're not going to find it. So unfortunately, the accessibility is going to get one of its lowest scores at a 2.0. But don't let that dissuade you if you can't find it. Go ahead, Nate.
Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking the same way Danny is. You're not going to get it internationally. It's going to be tough. But the fact that I can get it in Vegas, so for me, I'll give it a little bit more than 2.0. I'll do 2.5. At least I can get a Northern Californian beer down here in Las Vegas.
Cool. And Jasmine, what do you got? You got it.
Well, I tried to join you with the stout that you guys are drinking, but it was hard to find because I guess in North California there's so many microbreweries here, and so it's just a ton of them, and you're competing with so many small microbreweries with that. And for my beer, it's also not accessible to get anywhere as well. You mostly have to go to your Asian market. You're not going to find it at your Safeway or your Lucky's or Albertsons or whatever. You have to go to an Asian market, but not all Asian markets carry it. So you have to go to a particular Asian market to get it. So with accessibility, I'm going to give it a 1.
A 1.
If you don't live in an Asian community that has Asian markets, you're not going to find it.
Those are the breaks.
Yeah,
that is true. Oddly enough, I've been hearing a lot about beer Lao. I maybe have drank one of them when I was in Asia, but I was driving through this town called Porterville, and I saw a Laotian supermarket. And Jasmine's right. Some of these Asian beers, you're only going to be able to find at Asian supermarkets. So thanks for that. Let's go on to the last one. And the last one, Mom should try the 1,000-year egg. I would love to see Nate's mom eat that old stinky egg.
No chance, dude. No chance.
Okay, no great inflation. Okay, so here we go. Travel Man Dan factor. This beer, like I said before at the beginning of the show, I really didn't know too much about it. I know a lot about stouts now in terms of they are really flavorful. I absolutely loved it. I love that it's from Lost Coast, a great brewery, and I love this design of the bottle. I think it's a really good beer. I don't think that you're going to be able to put down 8 or 9 of them at a volleyball game, but I definitely think that it's a nice like touch to an after dinner beer, or maybe a before dinner beer. What I like to do is drink these heavy stouts before dinner because it brings in a lot of flavor, right? You have 2 or 3 of them, and then while you're eating dinner, you switch over. So I'm going to definitely recommend if you can try that one. Can you find it in Orlando? I'm not sure. You can just go ahead and Google. It's probably on Total Wine or whatever your big manufacturing beer place is. But for me, the Travel Man Dan factor, because I love Lost Coast Brewery, because I love peanut butter and chocolate, I'm going to go. And because Jasmine is here, cooking with patience, I'm going to give it a 5.0. Fuck it. Let's do it.
Oh, he brought out the F-bomb.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Okay, go. Dan says no eggs for me. All right, Nate, what do you got?
Yeah, you know what? I hate to do this because now it feels like I'm riding Travelman Dan's coattails here, but I'm giving it a 5.2 for the eat it or not factor. I love the beer itself, the drinkability. I love that they got a cow on there. It's accessible for me. The flavor's fantastic. I do think I can drink 8 or 9 of them at a volleyball game. I don't know who's going to volleyball games and drinking, but I could do it. 5.
Wow. Very nice. On the beach. Okay, Chad, what do you got?
All right, the Taiwan beer, the patience factor, I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to down it a little bit because of the accessibility, but it's great. Great with seafood. Great with, it's not going to make you feel full. It's a great compliment with the meal. And it's
I like that.
And you don't burp all crazy. You ever hear me burp?
No, go ahead. Yeah, please do. Who wants to see Jasmine burp? It'd be great.
Can't do it.
She lets out. Remember Booger from Revenge of the Nerds? Dude, Jasmine,
hey, so one thing about the Taiwanese beer, Jasmine, I feel like it's really, it accompanies well with that oyster dish that they serve in Taiwan. It's like an egg patty oyster dish. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Right. Orajian. Yeah, it's a flat egg with the oysters on it. Like, flip it over. Yeah, it's flat like pancake.
It's so good.
Oh, definitely.
I love when Frank says Taiwan ear beer is great walking beer.
It is.
It is.
For that.
For sure.
Because the thing about Asia, and I think the 3 of us can also agree with this, is like instead of taking a subway, instead of taking a 40 RMB taxi ride, sometimes you'd be like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk it, man. And you get a beer, and you would walk 3 miles and not think anything of it. You'd grab maybe 2 of these Taiwanese beers, talk to your friends, see some cool shit along the way. Miss that, man. I'm telling you.
Well, we used to go around Shanghai, Danny and I. We would just stop in at a Lawson's or whatever it was, and we would that's all we do is grab a can, and we would stop at the next one when the can was empty.
Yeah,
that's great. I mean, that's great. We all lived in Shanghai together. I mean, I lived in Shanghai, and you guys are in Shanghai too. So, I mean, that's we have this mutual bond with being and living in Asia and seeing that perspective. Cool. Yeah, it's great.
It's really, really cool. Well, guys, moving on with the show, I'm going to go ahead and say now the score is It didn't reach the highest one. It didn't tie, but it's still pretty damn good. The accessibility brought it down, but I love the score. It was a 5.0 that I have never given out on the TMD X Factor. And check it out, guys. The score is 19. Hey. Very good, very good. Nate, what do you got?
It's actually, I don't know what my previous scores have been over the last month and a half, but I gave it my total score is 21.5. So that's pretty high. I don't recall any other beers being that high. So yeah, I love it.
Damn, dude, that's the highest score we've ever had on the show was a tie between something Al and Duckzilla at 20. So he breaks in at 21.5. Jasmine, what do you got?
12.
Wow. You really make it appealing. No, but Jasmine is brutally honest, and I love that. And like you said, it's one of those knock around beers. Thank you so much for drinking that. I hope that you continue. We're about an hour and 15 minutes, so we're having fun. We're going to stick around. We haven't even gotten to the second beer. You know this show isn't really structured on time. It's my show. It's my channel. We'll go a little bit longer as we continue to drink the second beer. Jazz, please, if you want, still hang out. I think people are – who's enjoying this show, guys? I know that it's a solid 12. I know we're having a great time. It's time to bring in the second beer, and the second beer is a brewery that we also – so happy for you, Barrow. What did Barrow do? Great show. Yes, Frank. All right, the second beer is a brewery that we've brought in before. It is called Belching Beaver, okay? I don't know why, but the word beaver is always funny. It just, like, what is a beaver, right? I mean, it's like a little woodchuck or like a little animal rabbit with a tail. It's just made its way to pop culture. It's always funny. Lisa's enjoying it. Nate, fun show. Jasmine, nice to meet you and hear about excellent food. I love to hear all this comments and the supportiveness for Jasmine and also Nate. But guys, the second beer is from Belching Beaver and it is an 8.8. Yeah, 8.8. So definitely the Popeye's probably going to come out. I'm probably going to start slurring a little bit. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you the Hazy IPA. Hazers gonna haze. Look at this, dude.
Dude, wow.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
What are those things, Danny? Are they dogs, cats? What are those things?
Well, I think they're like, I think because it's Belching, I think they're badass beavers because they look like wolves, but now that I study them a little longer, they got
the tail. You can see the tail.
With the teeth too.
The tail. Oh yeah, the teeth. Yeah.
I've never seen two beavers, wearing leather and looking like that. They're, but they are Belching beavers, so they're a pretty rowdy crowd. Okay, beavers, clams, and tortillas all in one day. Damn it. Frank is awesome. By the end of this, you're gonna look like Will. Thank you, Frank. Frank is. Should I have a hazy structure? I don't know. Let's go. Should have a hazy structure. Let's crack it open.
Danny, what causes the beer to be hazy and cloudy like that?
Well, they go ahead in the brewing process and they add a milk lactose. It's like a certain type of chemical that clouds it. It doesn't do anything for the taste, but it does do for the color. So, in the world we live in today, it's all about show sometimes, right? Unfortunately, people necessarily don't enjoy the beer and they think that they're drinking the beer because it's hazy. But the milk lactose that they put in hazies really isn't doing anything different. They may just have different types of beer. What the overall thing is the notes that they put in there in terms of like, is it juicy? Is it grapefruit? Is it orange? But anyway, I ain't gonna be Haze is gonna hate. I ain't gonna hate. Drink whatever the hell you want. This is what we're drinking, Belching Beaver. Take a look. All right, as I pour it in there. Yeah, you can see where this makes an impact on Instagram. Okay, it does look good. It looks like a delicious beer that you would see on Pinterest, right?
Anna.
What's that?
We got Anna coming in from Facebook.
Anna coming in from Facebook. Let's go say hi. Anna. All right. Let's say hi to everyone. Okay. It's raining in India, so Barrow is happy. Barrow, that's right. Okay, so if you don't know, Barrow, Tenacious Freak, and Greg Z are my longest viewers, and Barrow is a farmer in India who has religiously not only watched this show on the live show, but he's watched every one of my videos and commented on every single one of them. Barrow, I love you, man. I really do.
What's up, Barrow?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Barrow. Okay, we're going to come visit you one day. But then we have Anna. What's up? Dan, Nate, Jasmine from VA. Love this channel. Thank you, Anna. All right, thank you so much. Take a look at the Hazy IPA. As you can see, well, it's weird. It has a real, see the carbonation? It's like stuck. It's weird. They're not moving. Okay, the bubbles aren't rising to the top. It's
You're
almost
drunk.
Like it's like a jelly. That's really weird. They're stuck in purgatory, in beer purgatory. Guessing it'll be hazy. It is. Okay, Frank. Hi, Anna. Let's get
Anna. We remember. We remember.
Anna, Well, yes, we remember. Definitely. I'm sorry. I'm getting absolutely, Anna. Big shouts out to you. Thank you so much, guys. Let's go in for the sip of the Belching Beaver. Hazer's gonna haze.
Hazers.
Danny, do you got a lot of hazers, Danny?
You know, I don't get a lot of bad people that comment. Every once in a while, people will comment on my face.
No, whatever.
No, they don't like my face for some reason.
Why?
I don't know. I think I have a normal face. It's just a regular. I mean, I'm definitely not like Chunk from the Goonies, but you know, listen, if you're going to play the game, expect the fans to be that way. It is juicy. Thank you, Frank. I don't get a lot of that, but as the channel grows and I just hit 5,000, we'll probably get more of that, and that's okay. You know, I'm not out here to please everybody. I'm here to do what I love, and I'm here to attract the people that are attracted to, you know, that I would be attracted to. Yeah, to me, you know. So no, you know, that's just the you want to be like that, be like that. I have no reason to do that.
Frank with an update.
There's no problem. When I first met Danny, do you know who he looked like? He looked like he was on the cover on a GQ magazine.
Oh!
Long blonde hair. I mean, like, you guys remember Fabio? That was Danny.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he was like model looking, right?
Yeah, it was definitely. I had long hair, guys. What are you gonna do?
long blonde hair. Yeah.
Really long.
Yeah.
All right.
Down to the middle of his back long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but whatever. Yeah. Oh, Frank, thanks for the update. 5,200. Yes. We are. See, this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes you hit that groove and you're into the system of the inner workings. But I'll be honest, we're going to be doing the Just One Beer show on Friday nights at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, where I'm going to go ahead and celebrate that. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to wear the top hat, whatever. So we'll definitely do that. But what I really need you to do, what I really need you to go and do is, you know, thank you so much for the support that you've given me. Let's give Jasmine and Cooking with Patience a huge support. Go to her channel and support her. Let's get it up there. I can't believe it's not TMD. Yeah, I know. But anyway, the Belching Beaver is good. There's nothing that really is outstanding about the first sip. You know, it tastes like your typical IPA. And now it's time to roll into this day in history. So, Baro, I'm glad your crops are getting well hydrated from the rain in India. And now it's time for your favorite segment, This Day in History. Here we go. On April 18th, 1506, the cornerstone of the current St. Peter's Basilica is laid in the Vatican by Pope Julius II. Now, if you don't know what the St. Peter's Basilica is, I've been there. It's absolutely beautiful. It was the largest church in the world up until 1989. And in 1506, the cornerstone, the very start of it, was put together from Pope Julius II. So that's pretty cool. Okay. Looking forward to the cooking show. See, Frank's already looking forward to seeing Jasmine how to make those Korean things. That's awesome. That's the kind of value. It is a cool label, Baro. On this day in history, on April 18th, 1775, Paul Revere and William Dawes ride from Charleston to Lexington, warning the regulars are coming. 2 if by what? Anybody? 1 if by, 2 if by. Nate, what do you know? You remember that, right?
Train.
What? Are we talking about the Beastie Boys song? Me and my horse and a quart of beer.
No, but that was friggin' awesome, Jazz. No, we're actually talking about the real Paul Revere, okay? Who warned the colonial troops 2 if by sea, 1 if by land, and he took that famous ride with William Dawes on this day in history in 1775. He was going to ride to a certain point where he could see if the British were coming in by land or by sea, and then he was going to ride through the township and hang lanterns at the top of this church. 2 if by land, 1 if by sea. Or is it? Do I got it backwards? Okay, land, sea. All right. I forget. Sorry, I botched that up. It's 2 by land, 1 by sea. Thank you very much on this day. But Jasmine, I like your Beastie Boys. That was awesome.
You remember that one?
Oh, hell yeah. That was amazing. All right. On this day in history, in 1923, 74,000 people paid on hand for the opening of Old Yankee Stadium versus the Red Sox. Now, I got to be honest with you. This one hits home a little bit because I'm a diehard Yankee fan. And, you know, I don't really regret many things in life. I regret, to be honest with you, anything. There's a couple of times I hurt myself where I wish I could probably take those days back. But one thing I will say is I regret. And it probably will go down in one of my saddest moments or one of my most motivating moments is I never actually visited that Yankee Stadium. I was never at Old Yankee Stadium. I was young. I wasn't traveling that much, and I missed out on that. But on this day in history, on April 18th, 1923, 74,000 people packed in the Yankee Stadium to see them play the Red Sox. I'm really sorry I didn't see that. But one thing is I'm motivated to go to more baseball. Thank you, Jasmine, for your time. Yes, Lunatic loves it. Thank you. 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. Okay, thank you, Frank. I always get it mixed up, especially when I'm drinking. Okay, on this day in history. Okay, on this day in history, on April 18th, 1980, Zimbabwe, formerly known as Southern Rhodesia, declares independence from the United Kingdom. Hey, so that's today. Happy Independence Day, Zimbabwe. Yes. All right. Woo! Yeah. Big ups. Big ups for happy Independence. All right. Okay. So happy Independence Day. I didn't get a chance to see Zimbabwe. I've been to Zambia. I've been to South Africa. I cannot friggin' wait to go back to Africa. It's jumping into my top 3, guys. I'm being real honest. It's sitting there at 4 and 5. I'm just trying to get into really good shape. I'm going to have an operation on my knee, and I see something within the next 2 years of going back to Tanzania and climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. I don't care what it costs. I don't care if I got to go there with a tour. I'm just going, and I'm going to do it. So if you're interested, let me know. Maybe we can all do it together. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys want to
Let's do it. Let's do the show. Yeah. I'm down.
All right. Well, one thing is about me is I sometimes hold people to it. So, yeah. All right. Lastly, on this day in history, on April 18th, 2018, the movie Black Panther is the very first film shown at a commercial cinema in 35 years in Saudi Arabia. That's right. For 35 years, commercial cinema was completely banned. I think they had some kind of weird laws where only men could go to certain movies, but Black Panther had opened up and it was commercially open to everybody in Saudi Arabia. So big ups on Saudi Arabia for coming to the party. What an amazing movie. That was Chadwick Boseman. I think that, really put him on the map, an epic actor that we will miss dearly. And he also was a huge he was the lead actor in a movie called 42, which was the story of Jackie Robinson. That was really good. If you haven't seen that, I recommend that. But yeah, can you imagine, guys, not being able to go to the movie theater? Like I was saying before, like no TV or no music. What do you think, Jazz?
Yeah, I mean, especially watching those kind of action-packed, big screen films. I mean, you have to see them at the theater, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like King Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh. Don't remind me. I'm a big monster movie. Oh, sucks, man. Really sucks. Damn you, COVID. Well, guys, this is what I'm drinking. If you're just hopping on, it's the Belching Beaver. Hazer's going to haze. It's got a great label. The beer, I'll be honest with you, nothing's really overwhelming me. It kind of tastes a little flat. I like a real spiky IPA. And what I mean by that is when you drink it, you get spiked with a hop flavor. You get that little bit of, what was that skunky flavor that I just drank? Ooh, I kind of liked it. The kind of IPA that you got to be really careful when you're going on first dates, as long as we're talking about dates, about drinking IPAs. One, they make your breath stink, and who knows what they're going to do to your belly. So be careful with that. But this one is a little bit. Oh, what do we got there? Let's get you on a. Well, hi, nice to meet you.
She wanted to come in and say hi. Hey, look at her.
Oh, what's her name?
Dumpling.
Dumpling. Cute. Too cute.
Hey guys, I got to bring this comment in from Anna. Anna says, on this day in history, in 1935, Gottfried Kruger Brewing Company of Richmond, Virginia, delivered 2,000 cans of Kruger's finest beer and Kruger's cream ale to the beer drinking public. It was the first time an American brewery was offered in cans. Wow, that is great.
That is great.
I love it.
Good food knowledge.
Oh, you're on topic about the dates today. Thank you. Yeah, Frank, the earlier shows were a little rough. We were off on dates. We were off on things. But I put a little more production value into what I do. But I'm still looking for that history teacher. I'm still looking for that person to come on and be a regular on the show. Like Nate.
Anna.
Who?
Anna.
Anna. Are you a history teacher? Would you like to be a regular on the show? DM me on Instagram. Okay, so moving on. We're going on to what are you reading? What are you watching? And I'm reading one of the coolest books, and it's one of those light reads. It's not something like a novel. It's something you read a little bit about. And the great thing about it is I made this amazing connection with when I was telling you about the podcast that I was watching last week, The Unsolved Mysteries and the Atlas Obscura. Well, unbeknownst to me, I didn't know this, but the guy who wrote the book that I've been reading to, I've actually been listening to his podcast, Dylan Thuris and the Atlas Obscura. It's one of the most bitchin' books I've ever read. It's just got all kinds of weird places and just off the beat little things that when I travel, I like to find out about. And you know that you always have that one friend that's like, why do you know all these things about nothing? Well, it's not that I know all these things about nothing. It's just this is more of an old traditional way of going down the Wikipedia, right? I hear about stuff, then I research it, then I read it. But the great thing is Atlas Obscura is a fun book where I go ahead and I update the board about where I'm going to go and what I want to see. It's how I learned about the gates of hell in Turkmenistan. It's a lot of cool places that you would never think of. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been to Rome. I've seen the Colosseum. I live next door to Niagara Falls. Like, I love all those touristy big places, but only for a little bit and only for a day. I really love those weird, intricate places that nobody ever hears about that are Atlas Obscura, right? Okay, so this is the book I'm reading. Jasmine, are you reading anything? Oh, girl. China Rich Girlfriend. What is that? What is that book? That is so interesting, Jazz.
It's the same. This one is written by Kevin Kwan. He's the same guy who wrote Crazy Rich Asians. So now he has another. He has a book series, and this is China Rich Girlfriend. So it reminds me of our days back in Shanghai, and so it brings me back. And I'm reading this one. It's a good book. Check it out.
Nice. All right. Nate, are you reading anything other than Twitter feed?
No, but you remind me with your book, Danny, is off the beaten path kind of places. I mean, do you remember where we watched the Pacquiao fight back in Hong Kong? That kind of is what that reminds me of going off the beaten path, like into some little village where there was a ton of Filipinos that were there and took us in to watch the fight. That is exactly what I think about when you talk about your book.
It just got these cool places that you never would think about, or somebody had introduced it was like I want to say it's probably my favorite episodes I've ever filmed on Travel Man Dan, and that was the trolls. What's the book, Jasmine? Nice and great job on the facts. Okay, Nate looks a little sad. Does he have a Playboy t-shirt?
Soon, it's coming.
Jurnatek. What I would love to do, Jurnatek, is have Nate come to Denmark with me, and you do a photo shoot. Because I know you're a photographer, but you do like the sexy, like burlesque, like weird. And this is.
Yeah.
You already know where this is going. I'm not going to go any further. All right. What am I watching? This one is kind of sad, but I really like this kind of stuff I like to see people getting caught. I like to see them getting imprisoned. And I'm reading I'm watching the FBI Files season 2. It's a little bit older. It's from like the late 90s, I believe, but it goes through all these cases. And the reason I say it's sad is because there's death involved and tragedy happens and people's families are ruined. And we watch it as entertainment. It just doesn't add up. It doesn't seem right. Now, with these shows, people are also willing to talk about it, to tell their story. Maybe it helps them. Maybe it helps them get through it. In certain circumstances, like cold cases and unsolved mysteries, it helps get the word out so people are actually found. And I really can't handle these sleaze bags and these scumbag people in this world that are just, so I enjoy watching them get caught. I enjoy watching the process, especially forensic style and this kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm watching the FBI Files season 2 on Amazon. What are you watching, Jazz?
Netflix. Oh no, Hulu. Grace Jones. Grace Jones documentary.
Wait, Grace Jones from Conan?
Yes.
Really?
Really?
She has a documentary out on Hulu. Hilarious.
Good.
She's a beast.
She is a beast. Oh, guys, we have my friend What? Sabadika. Yes.
Sabadika.
Yes. Okay. What is my friend that I went to master's degree school in Shanghai with, and Wat is Thai. He has a great company. Wat, I gotta get you on the show, man. Let me know in the DM or Facebook me. I'd love to have you on a guest like I have Jasmine. I think you would be a brilliant guest. Wat, please, I'm gonna reach out to you. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Grace Jones rocks. I mean, I gotta say,
Lisa knows what's up.
Had a little crush on Grace Jones. You know what I mean? Just the first time I seen anything like that was Grace Jones and Conan, and she was awesome in that movie. And nice to meet you guys. Give Watt a big Travel Man Dan welcome. All right. Sawadee. Yes. All right. Watt is awesome, dude. All right. So this is what we're drinking. The second beer kind of goes faster. I'm going to go ahead and slam this beer, but I want you guys to point or show this to you. Check it out. See how the carbonation just gets stuck? It's really weird.
That's sediment.
Well, are you sure?
It looks like it.
I don't know, man.
That's funky.
They started moving a little bit. Okay, whatever it is. It's not bad. Not really thrilled about it. Let's go ahead and slam it down, and I'll give you a score.
That sounds good.
Go.
Oh, you want to play like that? I'm just letting you guys already know.
Oh, no.
I'm already letting you know.
Frank says that's alcohol molecules.
I'm already letting you know. Be ready for not next Friday.
Right.
Next Friday is just one beer. The following Friday is going to be the weekly beer and video review show at Nate's house, live in Las Vegas. Woo! And look what's coming to the party.
Bong, 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 bong.
Bong, 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 bong.
Dude, you're doing a whole 10%er, 22 ouncer in the bong, dude.
I'll do it. I will definitely do it. No problem.
Jasmine, are you coming?
I'll be there.
Nice to meet you guys. Watt, I miss you, buddy. I hope you're doing well. One day when I get a chance to go back to Asia, I'm definitely swinging through Thailand. It's alcohol molecules. Anna said, she said funky. Yeah, funky's a good one. All right, Lisa, Grace Jones. Uh-oh. There it is.
Shot.
The call for a shot. And look at, what do I have here, Frank?
Ooh, wow. Mark.
We're definitely doing a shot to close out the show from my uncle. So if you have any whiskeys, if you have any gins, shots of gin are brutal. But if you have anything you want to shoot, get it ready. I'm going to go through the scoring real quick, and then I'm going to go through the quote of the week, and then we're going to do a shot for Uncle Chuck, and then I'm going to play some big wheelie in the hubcaps, and we're going to close out this show. So, yes, we are definitely doing a shot today for my uncle. All right, so let's go into the score, and we're going to go quick. The taste, I didn't absolutely love it. I didn't think it was the best IPA. I felt like it was flat. I felt like I was drinking like just a weird kind of flavored beer. The professional level beer pong right to the liver. Let's get through these comments real quick. Oh no, the beer pong. Okay, she still plays concerts. Oh, Grace Jones does? I didn't know that. A vodka shot. Hang with Mr. Cooper. All right. The beer, I got to be honest with you, it wasn't that bad, good at tasting. I'm not going to go ahead and score it as low as Jasmine, which I absolutely love. But I am going to give it a lower score. There was nothing that really brought a good flavor to this beer. I'm not a huge fan of the hazies unless they're really like double hazy because they have that hoppy flavor. The taste, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 2.0.
Ooh.
Now, I know, low, right? Not a very good tasting beer, to be honest, too. The hazy IPA, Hazers going to Haze. The price is decent, okay? You get a full pint glass. It is strong. It's 8%. You can see I'm flushed in the face. My eye's not completely closed, but it's probably slurring a little bit. I'm going to go ahead at $3. I think that's a really good, fair price, especially the bang for the buck. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4.0 on price. Lisa, we're definitely doing something for Uncle Chuck. So the design. Let's get into the design. The design, why? That's why one Hazer is dumping. I love it, Frank. That's right. That's why one Hazer is dumping on the other. Okay. We have completely lost our guest, so I'm going to full screen. But the Hazers are going to haze. The design is beautiful, to be honest.
It is. It's a cool design.
You got two beavers, and they're dressed in leather. And no offense to the leather crowd, but I don't think that they're. I think that they're like tough biker leathers, and not the other leather. You know what I mean? And they got this thing. I love this. The spray painted brick wall reminds me of Police Academy or like Bad Dudes in the '80s. Just a brilliant friggin' thing. And he's dumping it on them, right? And as Frank says, he's dumping it on it because it's just not that good. Or he's a hater. Who the hell knows? But the fact that label is bitching, I'm gonna go ahead and give the design a 4.5. I think it's beautiful. Yes.
Yeah. The Warriors movie shot in New York. Remember that movie, Warriors?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's like this.
It's like that movie.
I only have one, but Warriors.
Come out and play.
This is really perverted, though, if I only do one. All right, shit's getting a little wacky here. All right, what do we got? Okay, Drunken Beavers. All right, so the accessibility. Belching Beaver is a new company. It's great. I love their beers. I think we did the one that was by the punk band, and it was good. It's going to continue to grow, but it's not that accessible. You can't really get it everywhere. Logo should be beavers, Dan. Warriors, my favorite movie, Lisa. Okay. Yeah. All right. Drunken Beavers. I like the idea of beavers, but for me, it's more like maybe somebody else. But good suggestion, Anna. Accessibility, not very accessible. We're going to go ahead and give it a 2.0. This beer is actually kind of hard to find. Now, the TMD X Factor. Okay, is a good beer. The thing I like about this, obviously, is the label. I always support Belching Beaver. I believe it's in San Diego and Oceanside, so that's kind of cool. It's not too far from me. It's where Jasmine's from, all right, or around there, right, Jazz? So maybe one day I hope to be doing the live show from breweries, and it will happen. We'll continue to grow. If it takes 4 months or 4 years, we're going to continue growing it. I'm not going to die out from this. So hopefully maybe we'll get a chance to do this. And I like this old school, like Nintendo Bad Dudes label. The only thing is the beer just wasn't that good. So I'm going to kind of level it off. The TMD factors, Hazers going to haze. The fact that Nate asked me how many haters do I have, I don't know. My demographic seems to be pretty good. I imagine at some point I'm going to get a lot of haters, but that's okay too. I really don't matter. You know, after you've gone through life for a couple of years, you know, I see all these young kids and they get distraught and things like that. I'm very confident. If you don't like me, I don't like that. I'll be honest with you. It pisses me off. But, you know, I can't force you to like me, right? So you just got to keep going and doing what you love to do. As an entertainer, I'm just going to keep going. What do we got? Anna, I got your joke.
Dude, if you got haters, Danny, then you're doing something right.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, you're probably right about that. You're definitely right. So anyway, back to the TMD factor. I'm going to give it a 4.0. Let me go ahead and, I don't know, Jasmine, got anything to say while I count this up?
Oh, yeah, well, thank you, Danny, for inviting me to your show. It's been a great pleasure to, you know, hang out with you and also with Nate. And hopefully I'll come back and visit you guys again. And if you guys have time, please check out my channel, Cooking with Patience. I come out every week. And I'll see you guys again.
Yeah, but don't leave. You're not leaving. What the hell are you?
I'm going to do the shot with Uncle
Chad. Remy Martin.
Show that baby off.
I'm going to do Remy. Remy.
Damn. All right.
You know, Remy's got that weird thing going on with the bottle. Like you think you're drinking champagne, but it's really, you know, brandy or whatever, cognac, whatever that is. But I love how they subliminally trick you into thinking you're drinking champagne.
Nice to meet you, Frank.
No, it's really, it's definitely like Barrow. Goodbye. We're gonna do a shot for Uncle Chuck in a minute. This is the score I gave. Was a 16.5 for the Belching Beaver. Just got over the hump. The standard, the par is 16. But like I said, not the greatest beer. Would I suggest checking it out for your own opinion? Hell yeah. This is the beers that we drank. Let me get them in the camera because these are really good. Okay. Now I'm gonna go check my Facebook. All right. Well, okay. I'm behind. I got no shot to keep up with the channel. Frank, we're going to give you about 5 minutes as I go through the quote of the week. Okay? Later, Barrow. We're going to miss you. Thank you so much.
Bye, Barrow.
Bye, Barrow.
All right. This one is this one really struck me as I went to watch the news and stuff. It's a real quick, simple, easy. Think about it, okay? And as I sit here on the 1-year anniversary of my uncle's passing and Prince Philip, or King Philip, and he said, this is what he said. He said, he was a man that once met, never forgotten. And that was given by his son, Edward, the Earl of Wessex. And, you know, obviously being his son, he spoke highly of his dad. But there's some truth to that, and there's some meaning behind that. And, you know, sometimes you meet people only for a minute, or sometimes you meet people for a lifetime. And what I'm saying to you is, just like he was talking about his father, you're met and you're never forgotten. You're always thought about in some way or another, whether that's 10 years down the road that it comes up and you're actually remembered. It's quite an honor to be remembered like this, because obviously Philip was a king and he ruled for a long time, right, under the monarchy and things like that. But just being a regular person, just being a person, no matter what you do, no matter who your integrity is with and who you associate with, is to never be forgotten, but to be always remembered. That's a huge thing, man. That means that you're making impact on life. Obviously, you may not have been born into royalty, but if you're able to go ahead and make an impact on the lives of those who you meet, that is just as impactful. And that saying doesn't necessarily mean that just because you're rich and you're royalty, that you are the more important. You're just as important to the people that are in your life, okay, as being never forgotten. And that's such an important thing. And maybe you don't think of it. Maybe you think I'm drunk, or maybe you think I'm crazy, but it's none of that, man. I think about this stuff all the time, consciously. Like, think about it. Like, think about this life that we live in, and not to get too whimsical or weird or out there and stuff like that. But the interactions that you have with people, it goes back to the type of person you have, and that they will never forget you in this life because they're going through some stuff that you may never know, or they're happy. But the main thing is that you're never forgotten, that they remember you. And it's so important here, especially today. I felt like not just the death of King Philip, keep calling him Prince, but also my Uncle Chuck, who's never forgotten. And, it might not be the forefront of people's minds, but when they hear Big Wheelie and the Hubcaps, they think of my uncle. And, when I hear my friends' names, whether it's 10 years ago, 5 years ago, or that, I always remember that. I always think of good memories. So I hope that you can go ahead and take that and cherish that and take that with you wherever you go at your point in life. And you never know who you're going to meet that you're going to make an impact. That's really much probably all I want to say on that. I'm getting, I can keep going. I get emotional on these things. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but it's the truth, man. And shots, my sister's calling for shots. Much credit. You know how to order and organize these beer. Picking for the good one. Thank you so much. Well said, Danny. Thank you, Cindy. Really looking forward to seeing you, Anderson, and the Burger Boy next week. I was taught teach CO as the janitor. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So guys, this one is a very special shot. Let's go ahead. I'm going to put Big Wheelie on. Lisa. Okay. You're drunk, crazy, and great. Thank you, Lisa. And this song is called, Back to Buffalo, I believe is the actual song. All right, Back to Buffalo from my uncle. It's an old doo-wop. Let's go ahead and find it. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to... Sorry, guys.
Oh, it sounds awkward.
It's kind of awkward with the record.
You're using a real record?
I'm using a real record, guys.
Wow, that's cool, man. That's super cool.
Show us.
Wow, look at that.
Big screen it.
Yeah. Show everybody.
Guys.
Full screen it, Danny.
There's my Uncle Chuck. Look at this man.
Wow. Dude, you look like him.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right. So let's listen to this. Now let's do a shot for Uncle Chuck. Lisa, here we go. Whoa, I filled it all the way to the top. All right. All right. Yeah, Uncle Chuck.
When it comes to loving me, I can't say she can't, so I'm burning up the road.
Okay, guys, so here we go. Nate, are you doing a shot with us? Jasmine.
No, because I don't have anything. I'm shooting this.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much. What a wonderful show. Cheers to you guys. Here we go.
Cheers, Uncle Chuck.
Long live Uncle Chuck.
Back to Buffalo. Yeah. I love all this doo-wop. Like, you gotta understand, my uncle's like a Elvis rock and roller, like slick back. He's a typical greaser, you know what I mean? Like, so back in the 60s, man, it's so nice to hear this. And this album, after my uncle passed away, I have them at home tucked away, but this album was bought for me from Sergio, okay? And he surprised me with this.
Wow.
And,
that's a big deal.
That's so nice.
It's a very special album to me. It's a really cool record. And I know, Lee, I know it's sad. Uncle Chuck was your godfather. Shot in Copenhagen from Drunatic. Well, all right, thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna phase out this show by saying a couple of last words. And Nate, it's always a pleasure. I love the look of that peanut butter PCBC, whatever the heck it was called. I'm looking forward to trying it out. I hope that when I'm in Vegas, you make it for me. Thank you. Do you have anything to say before you take off?
No, thank you for having me. You did hit on something with me with your conversation about legacy, man. It's a big deal. Now that I have a son, I think about that same thing all the time. How do people think about me when I'm gone? And you don't need money. You don't need power to have a legacy. You can just have legacy with one individual, and that's worthwhile for your lifetime. So think about it with integrity. If you can have a lasting legacy because of your integrity, then you've won in life. So achieve that.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, if you're fortunate enough to become rich and famous, I guess in the eyes of it, but there's so many people that are famous within their circle of friends. Jasmine, I can't say how much fun this has been. This may have been, we're going on record, the longest show ever. So thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to have you. You're so, every time I meet you, I feel very uplifted. My spirits are high. I love being around you. Thank you so much. Do you have any parting words?
No, I mean, it's great being on the show with you and Nate. I had a great time. Danny, it's always a great time to be with you because you have a true heart. You're a really good friend. I mean, you're all about helping people, helping the community, and just people that are around you. And you're not selfish. You're not a selfish person. And I really appreciate all that you do for me and everybody else out there who really appreciate your company and everything else. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine. I appreciate that as well. And, as we continue to grow, we're going to help and we're going to go out and put that out there as your channel. And me, Nate, Cindy, Anderson, we're coming into Northern California, whether it be Oakland, San Francisco, and whether it's in your kitchen or whether we go out in the restaurant, we're going to be doing a video with cooking with patience.
We have to.
We definitely will. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I had an amazing time. We had some delicious beers on this episode. We had a good time doing shots. We had fun times talking about all the great stuff. I hope to bring Jasmine back in some type of capacity. Please go to her channel, Cooking with Patience. Subscribe, like, give her the support that she deserves. She's working hard. She does incredible work. Nate, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. I already look forward to closing out the show and getting ready to talk throughout the week as we always talk every single morning. It's like Cindy will always joke and say, "You married to him?" But we always talk about the show now, and I'm so excited about that. Thank you so much. Rest in peace, my dear uncle. I miss you crazily. And, thank you so much for watching the show. I'm Travel Man Dan. And remember, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it. Woo! Bye, guys. And here's the closing comments. Lester. Bye, Aquanauts. I didn't get a chance to see you much today, but goodbye. Thank you.